Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all your many blessings. Remove anything that hinders us from a relationship with you. We pray for our country, our president, our state, local leaders. We pray for the military, our first responders, and their families. Lord, forgive us where we fail you. Lead, guide, and direct us in all that we do, and we will be sure to give you the praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Call to order the January 20th, 2026 council meeting. Allie, will you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Vicki, call roll when you're ready.
Here.
Here. Here. Here. Here. Let the record show we have a quorum. And we will start with a resolution for council procedures.
Make a motion to approve. Second. Nothing changed.
Who was the second? Lewis made the motion and JP did the second. Any discussion? When you're ready. And what's the number? 01? Oh, I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh, we can. Lewis, do you mind to read it?
I can.
Okay.
Is this 01?
Ma'am.
Resolution 2026-01, a resolution establishing procedures for the conduct of meetings for the Heber Springs City Council, whereas Arkansas Code annotated 1443-501A1C requires that the governing body of the City of Heber Springs, Arkansas, determine the rules of its proceedings during the first meeting in January. Now, therefore, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Heber Springs, Arkansas, Section 1, meetings of the City Council of the City of Heber Springs, Arkansas, shall be held in the council room at City Hall. Yeah.
It says order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It does say 1001 West Main Street or Community Center, 201 Bobby Jean Lane, Heber Springs, Arkansas. However, nothing shall preclude the relocation of meetings, regular or special, to an alternate location. Notice will be given to the public at least 7 days in advance in the event of scheduled relocation. All meetings of the City Council, regular or special, will be recorded in accordance with Arkansas Code 25-19-106. Section 2, regular meeting of the Heber Springs City Council will be held the third Thursday of each month beginning at 6 p.m. Special meeting times and locations will be posted on the door of the Heber Springs Council room as otherwise required. Section 3, an agenda shall be prepared by the Heber Springs City Clerk for every regular and special meetings of the City Council. The agenda shall contain any item of business that any member of the Heber Springs City Council or the mayor presents for inclusion on the agenda. Any item of business to be included will be submitted with a brief written explanation for their requested consideration to the City Clerk no later than 4 p.m. on Wednesday, 1 week prior to the regular meeting date. Agendas for special meetings will be prepared with the consideration of the requirement for public notice. Agendas shall be delivered by mail or other means to members to the City Council, Mayor, and press no later than 7 days prior to the meeting date. Section 4, notwithstanding the foregoing subsection of this ordinance, the City Council may, by a majority vote of the members present, elect to place any matter before the City Council for consideration at that meeting. Section 5, the City Clerk shall place any items of business to be before the members of the Heber Springs City Council on the agenda under the appropriate category according to the following order of business. Items under new business, which are not resolved, are to be again placed under old business until resolution or removal by council vote. A, call to order. B, pledge of allegiance. C, roll call. D, motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approval of minutes. E, approval of payments. F, financial statements. G, supervisor reports. H, old business. I, new business. J, open mic. K, announcements. I, adjournment. Section 6, a council member may vote to approve minutes of a meeting even though he or she was not present at said meeting as an expression of confidence in the veracity of the secretary, the actions of his or her colleagues, and the corrections of the minutes preparation process. Section 7, any ordinance or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. Section 8, that the provisions of this resolution are hereby declared to be severable, and if any section, phrase, or provision shall be declared or held invalid, such invalidity shall not affect the remainder of the sections, phrases, or provisions.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry? Yeah, we need to change the address to 806.
Address is not 1,000, yeah, it's 860 or 806.
806.
806.
Okay, Vicki, when you're ready.
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Next, motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve the minutes as presented, plus excerpts of December 18th, 2025 city council meeting. Any discussion? Vicki, when you're ready.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, approval of payments journals dated December 1st to December 31st, 2025.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ms. Vicki?
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Next, approval of street fund, financial statement, sanitation fund, general fund, community center O&M, and miscellaneous funds dated December 31st, 2025.
I make a motion, we approve those. Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Vicki?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Motion carried. On to supervisor reports. Chief Hill, would you like to go first? He had a report he included in our packet.
A letter to the mayor and the council. In your packet, I have had a unforeseen engine failure on the 2014 Explorer. And it's going to be about $4,000 to fix it. In my opinion, I think I can make this work with $25,000 from general fund. I've already ordered the one that was approved, the unit that was approved for 26 already. But I can take the rest of it out of police equipment fund. We've got about 45,000 in there, maybe just a hair less, and still have enough money to cover body armor and any unforeseen problems, radios, anything like that. Hopefully we're good on all of that. So I'm asking for 25,000 out of general fund. I intended on doing this in June. I know.
I
It is
at least
just-
expected like March or something. I mean, this is.
I really wanted June. That was the plan. We had a plan. I was planning on sticking to it. But I hate to throw good money over bad, and that's where we're at.
On this one, there was also the upfit on the vehicles. Was that out of the equipment fund, or was that?
Now, some of it will come out of equipment fund for the first one. The second one, we will have to come up with out of police equipment fund.
Which is another
That's what's going to,
10,000 on
yeah, it's going to be around, 7 if I get Levi to do it, which he really don't want to do, but I
Gotcha.
think we'll have to. So, if y'all approve this. Otherwise, if y'all don't want to go that route, then I'll be spending about a fifth of my budget on one unit in January.
I have two questions for you. Do you have a sense of what the 2012 and 2015 could be sold for?
Yes, ma'am. I actually did, I had Dodge put an offer on them, and it was $3,000 for both. $2,000 for the 15 and $1,000 for the old white car,
And do you
which
have-
goes along with what the Witcher auction kind of gave us some numbers and guidance on last year.
And what would a state bid during the?
Was it not in your packet? 39,000 is state bid. I'm sorry, 41,545 is the total. We have to have the police wiring package, and they can put it in or we can, but it's still going to cost you the money. So, 2145 on it. That has to go in there.
That's going to take out, you said, one of the 12s and one of the 15s, right?
Yes, sir. That was the intentions, towards the end of the year. I just thought it would take longer.
The other 2012, the other pickup, is that one doing pretty good? It's actually got higher mileage than the one, the one we're talking about getting.
That's the animal control truck.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see that we have any other option. So I'm going to make a motion that we budget $25,000 towards the purchase of a new police vehicle. Amend our budget.
I do have a question as to what it's going to do to these other things negatively. Are these things like crucial that you need, other things? You said you're taking from.
Oh, it's things like, I did go ahead and pull 1,000 out for a ballistic shield after watching the SWAT team run through the Holiday Inn. They gave us a training opportunity up there. It's a necessary piece of equipment. It gives them some coverage in the hallways. It'll act the same way in the schools. So I did go ahead and spend 1,000 already out of police equipment fund. That's the kind of things that I generally use that fund for. I know we're headed in a different direction on that with the police equipment fund, which is fine, as long as we don't have any breakdowns of anything. I'm talking about equipment. But
I'm going to jump back to, so I did ask you to send that list of vehicles. So there were 20 total, but you're talking about taking 2 of those 20 out, right?
yes, sir.
So then we'll be functioning with 19. Is that still sufficient?
No, we'll be running the 14 Explorer, and I think I explained it in the letter. I would hang on to it, and if we've got the money in vehicle O&M at the end of the year, I've got 2 14s. The car that Jonathan Embry's driving, and then that Explorer. So if at the end of the year vehicle O&M looks good enough that I can fix the motor in the Explorer, if I need to, or if his looks like it's going to keep on running, we'll keep it. Just some decisions that have to be made on towards the end of the year. So we'll be at 20 units.
$4,000.
Counting animal control. I'm sorry, I keep on, I look at it all as one. It's 19 units for the police department, one for animal.
I'm looking at it all in one too, but it also, in that listing that I received of the vehicles, it only lists one 2025. I know we got two in 2025. You may just want to double check that.
No, sir, we got,
So there were zero in 2020, there are zero 2024 models in the fleet. There's
Right,
two
but that-
2023s, there's one 2025,
But
there's
that
zero
second-
22s.
The second one in 25 was you.
It came out of
We only
police
show
equipment.
one 2025 in the police vehicle inventory.
yes.
For the year.
Yeah, for the year. That was the only new purchase.
We didn't get two last year?
She was saying it was a used,
It was a
it
used
wasn't a
vehicle.
2025 model.
That we got.
Gotcha. Okay. We show, again, it just, for clarity, I'm looking at it just to look at the numbers. So I totaled them up, there's 20 total. There were two 12s, one 13, two 14s, one 15, one 16, three 17s, one 18, 0 19, one 20, five 2021, 0 22s, two 23s, 0 24s, and one 25 is what it shows.
This list is accurate. But the 14's not functional. I mean, we're sitting on it, but
And those
It's
are
up in the air.
included in here, though.
Yes,
Two that
they
were
are
taken
included.
out would knock us down to 18, then we're adding one back to 19, unless there's another vehicle that's not listed.
Well,
He's got the new one that's
That's coming.
the new one was going to replace that 15 car
Gotcha.
already. That was the intent of it. So once this 14
Back
went
to-
down,
Right.
you know, it's just a trade-off. So
I still don't have any other questions, and I still have the motion to approve 25,000 for the purchase of the Durango.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. JP? Any more discussion? I'm sure it's only January.
budgeted.
It's not budgeted.
It's not
It will be
budgeted.
budgeted, we'll have to, amend later. Which is fine. Any more questions for Chief? Okay, Ms. Vicky?
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Thank you. Mr. Hadley?
Goes from bad to worse.
Yeah. Not much better on this end. It's some misfortunes. We had a 17 trash truck go down. It is some major repairs. Basically, the whole regen system went bad in it, and it's having some engine issues with high crankcase pressures, and that is not able to figure out until they actually bust into it. But just the regen system, just parts alone, is $18,000. And then, if we're looking at a motor, $35,000 to $45,000 for a motor, and the truck ain't worth it. I mean, it's 9 years old. Average trash truck's about 7 years old. About 7 years you get out of them. So that's kind of where I'm at with the trash truck. Now, we did get our new one in today, which is going to replace the commercial. So, but that leaves us with still running a 2012 and a 2018, and then obviously our two new ones we got, the 25s. And we run 4 a day, so I don't have much for a backup at this point.
Yeah, and Scott, I know you just had some work done on the new ones. We've gotten those back.
Yeah, but I have to let one go again. The other one has to go in. I lost the last new one for 6 weeks. Engine issues. I mean, it was under warranty, but it's just the point of losing it. You know, they don't give you a loaner to get one, so we actually lost it for 6.
2025s?
Yeah, one of the new ones, yes, sir. I have to take one, actually our other new one in, it's having ABS issues with the braking, so I don't, who knows how long I didn't plan on losing the other one for 6 weeks, so. And that was just over parts.
So you're pivoting from the Freightliners to the Peterbilt possibly so that you're not having.
Yeah, I haven't been happy with Peterbilt probably for the last 3 to 4 years. They've been gone downhill. They're probably, but from what I've talked to all the reps and all that, they're the cheapest made truck out there.
The Peterbilt or the Freightliner?
No, the Freightliners. Yeah, the older ones were good, like my 12, knock on wood, it's still running, which I can't say much for the newer stuff in the Freightliner. So that's the reason why I flipped over to the Peterbilts. They got a good rep, and plus I went to a different type of packer. The new ones that are on the Freightliners right now that we have, they have Heil back ends on them. I went with the new way designed the new back end for them, and they've actually listened to the people that actually run them and work on them. And I want all of you to come and see the new one. Put your eyes on it, and you can actually see the difference in how they're built.
What is the dollar sign?
What's
The
that?
dollar sign, how much?
How much is the new one? $239.9. Yeah, my stuff's expensive.
It's probably got a 6-month lead time if you purchased it today, right?
I didn't even look at leases.
No.
This one,
Lead time.
How long does it take to
Delivery.
yeah, if I was to order a new one, yeah, we're probably, well, he thinks he's able to get a hold of like 3 of them. And I said, well, just put my name on one of them just to hold it to see. But I could possibly have that by middle of February.
Oh,
The other one
But-
you got today. that one
Yeah, I
was ordered
just received one today.
oh, okay.
after budget.
Yeah. But that's going to replace our commercial.
Would it be worth it to lease another?
No, I think we could buy these. I mean, these won't be the commercial will be ran hard, but the other one's going to be kind of my flip around truck. You know, it's not going to be used every day. I want to keep a good backup truck for when the new ones go down.
Which one is the backup then, the 18?
As of right now?
No, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, we're actually using it now, but yes. And technically the 12 is too. I mean, that's my cardboard truck.
Right.
The old one, I try not to run it too hard,
But
so
you
we
could
just
do
pick up commercial
trash if you
cardboard
had
with it.
to,
Yes.
Emergency,
Mhm.
it's just smaller, right?
Yes. Yeah, I usually run that on, like, when we do a 2-day holiday, like, for instance, like Thanksgiving, when we got Thursday and Friday, so we'll do 2 days worth of trash. So I put 2 trucks out on Thursdays and 1 on Fridays. And then when they're done, they come and pick up the guys, you know,
So what
on
do you do
Friday.
with the truck that's broke right now?
What's that?
The one that's broke that you're wanting to replace, what do you do with it?
Yes.
What do you want to do with it?
That I
Trade 'em?
don't know. I don't think it's going to be worth much. And
Well, here's what I'd like, because I'm not going to vote for $230,009 tonight. I'd like to look at leasing. I'd like to see what we could do with it, just to have all our options on the table. I mean, I don't know if anybody else is comfortable with just saying, yeah, 240,000. I would just really like to see all of our options on that before we make enough. Before
So
we
you want to
decide
see what
to
it
spend
costs
that
to
money.
lease?
I would like to look at that. And that's a lot of money.
And if we could trade, what could we get?
Yeah, and I would just like to see that too. Like, if we can trade or what can we get for it, like, let's get all the numbers before we make a decision on that.
Also, what's the worst case scenario at this time? In our situation that we're in right now, what's the worst case scenario?
If another truck goes down, we're going to be pinched. Be down to 3 trucks.
And it might be we just have to be pinched for a month until we get those numbers. I
What's-
mean,
Well, the problem is with the new ones, I mean, if we can get this one instant, otherwise it's gonna be next year by the time you get another truck.
Yeah. Do you think you could get those numbers to us in the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week and
Yeah, I think I can.
send them out to us in an email and we could look at them? I
Yeah.
just want to be able to look at everything.
Okay.
And I know when we were discussing that budget, I think our ideal would be doing no more than one a year
Yeah.
going forward. That way you're rolling one off, rolling a new one on, you kind of know that expense is there.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And I
Understandable.
realize in a perfect world, that's how it would work, and I realize we're gonna be in this same situation with 225s at some point, but, I mean, it just looks better
Spread that out.
continually rotating them, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're expecting to get 9 years, maybe it's only every other year we've got to replace one.
Well, and if we could lease one, it might help us for the time being.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, $500,000 in trash trucks in 1 year, just, that's a hard hit.
On the expenses of repairing, what level can we get it to by the cost of repairing that we're talking about? What other pieces are on the truck that could malfunction?
Ooh, I have no clue. Could be cylinders, I mean, it could be anything. I mean, I wasn't expecting the regen system to go on it, so.
Yeah, we're talking, this is, what happened here is just motor stuff, right?
Well, the regen's actually separate from the motor. It actually burns with diesels, the soot all gets
Yes.
put into a filter, and then the truck has to actually burn it off to
Yep.
clean it out. And our problem is, and this is what any trash company, the stop and go kills us. Big trucks, they roll 60, 70 miles an hour, they burning it while they're going. All their exhaust fumes and stuff. Well, our trucks, I'm gonna have to get them, technically I should be getting them forced regen, I'm finding out, like every 2 months. Because they won't do it naturally. You know, they have a system and we'll do it automatically, but our trucks don't get hot enough to do that. Like on an over-the-road truck, they get hot enough, they'll burn them off as they drive them.
So I was wondering about the regen system.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like on a tractor, like my tractor, it gives me a warning light.
Mhm.
It's time to regen, and then I have to hit a button, and I hit a button, and then it revs up for a really high RPM for probably 15 to 20 minutes.
Mhm.
So it burns off that stuff.
Yeah, ours is an hour.
Yeah, and so you have to, nothing tells you to do it, just, you just do
It does, but at that point, it's already gone into like a limp mode.
Yeah.
Because it should be doing it as you drive them. You know, it's what they call a park regen. That's where I got to get them forced. They'll come in and do it on a computer and actually make the truck do it.
Because it won't allow you to do that without that.
Correct, to do a
Can't
force
just go in
regen.
and manually
Nope.
regen. That's-
Nope.
What does it cost to have that service?
About $110 besides service call.
Oh,
And what about the dump truck?
Okay, that's another one. This one's been an issue. The top end's been done on it 3 times. I guess once before I took over, and then I did it when Jimmy was in mayor's seat, and then I just got done redoing it, and it lasted about 4 months. And it's pretty much, it's something underlining issue there, because I think there's a deeper problem in it, to have it do it 3 times. And the truck's 18 years old, so I think it's time to cut our loss on it. I don't think it's worth sticking any more money into it. I mean, I could do it again, spend 19 grand, and it could last 4 months.
Does it have any value?
It may. Like I said, I haven't got that part. This just happened last week, so I haven't dug into that one yet.
an 18-year-old dump truck
Mhm.
is probably going to be worth about what that expense is. I've seen them at 20 and 25 dollars.
We're using that on the street side, is that the street,
That's
for the street side, hauling gravel?
Yes. Actually, leaf back. That's one I usually pull the leaf back with.
Okay, but we have another one that we haul gravel.
Oh, yeah, I have a big full size.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be considered a medium duty, where the big one's heavy duty, and then I got what they call light duty.
So this is the one they're using for the leaf back? you
Yes,
said?
this is the one that usually
Leaf back.
pulls the leaf back. Yes, sir. Now I'm using the little guy.
What are you looking at for the price of?
Haven't got back to me yet on that. I should have it probably sometime this week.
I mean, are we talking 240, are we talking 120?
I would guess probably 150 to 160 roughly. I'm not sure on that.
We have two other dump trucks, because we run a leaf back and the claw that picks up limbs and such, right?
Yeah, that's a
They use the
grappler.
same truck
That's
or-
its own truck.
The grapple is a separate?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this-
that has a bed with the actual grappler on it.
okay.
Yeah, that I don't haul gravel or nothing.
But that one's okay.
Oh, yes, yes. That one is okay.
How old's that one?
I was gonna say, it's pretty new.
Just wondered.
Yeah,
It's not
it
real
is.
old.
It's newer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, Scott will get us some numbers together, and we'll send you an email with that info. Does that work, Scott?
That's good to me.
Okay, thanks,
Is
sir.
it a 7,500?
The what?
The World Star, the dump truck? You know, if it's a 7,500.
I believe it is 74 or 75. Actually,
Depending on miles.
The problem is
If
we
we
fixed it
traded.
3 times already.
Well, I'm saying if we fixed it.
I don't
Because
have
they
that.
are running 7,000 sometimes. And some of them are lower.
Yeah.
How long, last time we had it fixed, it was gone
It was what?
for 4 months or so, wasn't it?
No, that's when I got it fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took about 4 months to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another parts thing. You know, that was that time where parts were getting hard.
And they take their time.
Yes, they do.
Any more questions for Scott? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, you ready to move on to unfinished business? Ball field shades, I was at League last week and talked to a couple of exhibitors. They're, come to find out, there's a state bid for metal. I don't know why they didn't tell me that before, so I'm waiting on some numbers from that. I emailed another one of them today, so maybe he can call me tomorrow or the next day, and I will get you all those numbers. So that hopefully we don't have to put it out for bid and we can just purchase the state bid price. And then, one of the gentlemen did give me another option to, if we replace the shades, they could put, attachments on there so that we could take them down when it's not in season. There's more info for y'all.
The shade.
Uh-huh. Okay, when I get the state bid numbers, I will send it out to you immediately. Okay, update on the weather cam. We are still waiting on a survey from Connect You First. Okay, new business. State of the city. State of the city 2026. As we step into 2026, I'm proud to declare that our city stands firm in a strong financial position and is prepared to embrace the opportunities ahead. This past year was marked by significant progress with the expansion of the fire department, including new bays, rehabilitation of the community center and aquatics facilities, ensuring a great space for recreation and efficiencies, the completion of the splash pad, which is an awesome addition for our families and children, and we have continued development of the Sulphur Creek Trail, enhancing outdoor access and natural beauty. Our momentum will continue in 2026 with some essential projects. We'll be advancing stormwater management to protect businesses and launch downtown beautification efforts to strengthen our city's heart and attract visitors. The state of our city is robust and our future is undeniably bright. These accomplishments and upcoming initiatives reflect the resilience, vision, and dedication of our community. I extend my deepest gratitude to our local businesses, civic leaders, and residents. Your partnership and commitment make Heber Springs exceptional, and it is a privilege to serve you, and together we continue on building a better Heber Springs that thrives. I did get a little update from FEMA. Hopefully they are sending all of our paperwork to Adam, and then we have to wait for Adam to release the funds. So we're getting a little bit closer for the stormwater project. Okay, new business. Miss Darby Gaines is here from the Child Safety Center. Darby, if you'll come up. We are looking at creating a partnership with the Child Safety Center. Ms. Sugg has served on their board and has kind of connected some dots to help make this happen. Ms. Darby?
Yeah. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak tonight. Like she said, my name's Darby Gaines. I'm the Executive Director of the Child Safety Center. Our physical location is in Searcy, but we've been serving Cleburne County for many, many years now. And so if you haven't heard from us, we are a nonprofit that partners and comes alongside our law enforcement, so the police department, the sheriff's office, prosecutor's office, as well as DCFS, Arkansas State Police Crimes Against Children's Division, to partner with them, collaborate with them with child abuse cases. So when kids have experienced abuse, physical or sexual abuse, trafficking, anything like that, oftentimes they are brought to our center, which, like I said, is in Searcy, and then we can provide the forensic interview, advocacy and support, sexual assault exams on site, as well as mental health assessments and outpatient therapy. So we're able to do all of that on site there in Searcy, but unfortunately, that's not super close and easy for some of our families in Heber Springs. And so it's been on our hearts and minds a lot, especially over the last several years. It's been a part of our strategic plan. How can we serve Cleburne County and the kids here better, especially when transportation seems to be one of the big barriers. So right now, we serve about 50 kids from Cleburne County. But really, we're only serving about 30 to 40% of what we should be serving. And so we have been talking with Mayor Griffin about what it would look like to partner and bring a second location to Heber Springs. And so to be able to offer all of those services, but on site here in Heber, to hopefully, again, get those services locally, have a quicker response for those kids and those kids that are missing out right now. And so there's been some unused space, I think, in City Hall, and so the idea that we've talked about and would love your support on is to be able to bring our services into a section of City Hall. And so I've got you a packet there, kind of breaks down some of our numbers, the why, the benefits, but the second page kind of shows you, if you're familiar with the City Hall building, the area that we're thinking, which Casey, you may be able to explain better than I can, kind of it's that back section where the drive-through is,
Yeah.
And
if
the
that
state
makes
police are in there now.
Yes, Arkansas
Correct.
State
And
Police.
we'll
are
just
using
scoot them
part of
over
that.
here in this other office.
And so we would have a private office or a private entrance for our families, so can kind of remain confidential, but be able to provide all of those services for the child and family, but also for our partners. Right now, Chief Hale's still here. His officers oftentimes have to drive all the way to us. That family has to drive to us to be able to get the services that they need for the investigation, but then also the services that they need to be able to go on to heal and thrive and all of that. And so anyway, we're excited about the possibility of being able to bring that closer to home for our families.
And they have a dog.
Most importantly, we also have facility dogs that are a part of our process as well. So we do everything we can to make that as child-friendly as possible so that we're not inducing any more trauma than they've already experienced. So, any questions? I tried to do a real quick synopsis of what we do, so I know that was a fast run through, but any questions about the services we provide or what that would look like to bring a second location? I do want to add that we do provide all of those services for free for the kids and families. And we do that. We typically are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but we are also on call 24/7. So, we respond middle of the night, weekends, whenever a child or family or law enforcement needs us. So that would be the same for our Cleburne County location. We wouldn't have to start, we wouldn't have staff on site, all the time. We would just, our staff from the Cersei office would respond and drive up as needed. So,
And talk a little bit about, because if y'all are like me, I knew nothing about the Child Safety Center before. But it's not just, they work with these kids for years, not just when the call comes in on the hotline and they're running the test and doing the initial interviews. Like, it could be years, and they stick with them even while there's might be a trial. And even, it was in the news last week that, and I know you guys were a big part of that, the sex trafficking that was in White County that
Yes.
finally went through last week. I mean, y'all were a part
Yes.
of that since the very beginning.
for years, yes.
Yeah.
So unlike a lot of agencies where they have kind of their time-specific role, like through the investigation, and once the investigation's done, they kind of hand off their part, or DCFS, just while that case is open. We are open, and we'll work with that family for as long as they need. And unfortunately, just the way our justice system works, that can be years sometimes. And so we will continue to work with that family and provide support, resources, things like that for as long as they need. And like Allie said, that sometimes is years that we will be a part of that. And court support is a big part of that. Our dogs also can participate in court in a variety of ways. So, but yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that part
And
up.
how are you funded?
So we are about 70% grant funded. State and federal grants is a big part. And then about 20% is community support,
We have a pickleball
fundraisers,
tournament.
things like that. We have a pickleball tournament I think we've done for 3 years now here in Heber Springs, here at the community center. And so that's kind of a broad overview of our funding. About 50% of our grant funding is federal funds, and quite a bit from state funding.
And some of the counties give,
Yes.
did you cover 4 counties?
Yes, we cover White, Woodruff, Cleburne, and Jackson counties. And so several of our counties have, and cities have provided some annual funding as well. So, but just to be clear, I'm not asking for money.
Yeah, so, so,
Just space.
so that's why if we could provide a space,
Space.
and, when she was talking about it, I'm like, we just moved into this building that is more
Huge.
space than what we need, and we had extra rooms. I was like, let me see what we got. And then the state police are willing to move over, and make room for them to come in, and so it sounds like, and it's just in that kind of extra hallway space that we don't even use anyways.
Yeah, the west side of the building.
It would be minimal renovations. I think it'd be adding kind of
Mhm.
a wall and a couple doors, but nothing like majorly, altering the use of the facility that couldn't be taken
And,
down. or
and you
something
guys
like
are
that.
going to be paying for the renovation, correct?
Yes, we'll fundraise the renovations and the equipment. We've already applied for a grant, so we have some funding already, and we'll continue to do that.
As a former foster parent, who's driven to your sister?
Oh, yeah.
That's you. We appreciate having something closer,
Cool.
because that was a long drive when you
Yeah.
were thinking
Yes,
about all the good
absolutely.
No, you don't have to.
You know?
No. I just want to let y'all know that we want to create this partnership, and we are both working on an agreement so that they can move in.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, there'll be a contract,
Yeah.
that we'll
Mhm.
sign, but just wanted to kind of present to you guys
Yeah.
what the
Darby,
plan was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Darby wanted to come and meet everybody, and if you had any questions, I think it would be a great asset to our community.
Yeah,
And if we got the space, and it's a win-win for everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you,
Great.
ma'am. Thank you for making that drive.
Thank you. Of course, of course. I appreciate your support. If you know of anybody that would love to get in on the fundraising or the support to make this happen, we're always welcome to that. But I appreciate you guys being supportive of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Darby, do you and like CASA, do y'all run the same path? Or-
Sometimes there's overlap, not always. CASA only gets involved when the kids come into foster care. And so that definitely happens sometimes. But we also see a lot of cases where the offender may not live in the home. And so yes, sometimes, but not on all of our cases. So, yeah. Yeah.
Has to be present for the interview, that's where it's going to play with us.
Yes.
Go down there. I will say, as a former investigator, makes our lives better
think the first time I had heard about it, Casey, you were telling me about it, but it was because Steven had to drive down at like midnight and take like an 8-year-old girl that had been sexually abused down to the child safety center and was there all night. And it was just like, I'm like, that happens, you know, but then now I know it happens a lot. And it's a sick world
It's
that we live
unfortunate,
in.
yeah.
And so just to know that if we're only seeing, 30% of the kids that they can be seeing, and if we put that here and we could be seeing 100 kids instead of 50, I just think that's such a huge thing that we could do, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. I put my card on there, so if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.
Safe travels back. You might not want to stay for the whole meeting. Thanks, Darby. Okay, next up, the budget amendment for 2025. And there's a resolution. And I think we decided that we don't have to read all the numbers.
Okay.
Any volunteers for the resolution reading?
You don't have to read them.
Just the resolution. Thank you.
And this is Resolution 2026-02. Resolution amending the municipal budget, Resolution number 2026-02, Amendment number 1. A resolution amending the budget for the city of Heber Springs, Arkansas for the 12 months beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, appropriating money for each item of the expenditure therein provided for and for other purposes. Whereas the city has determined that it is necessary to amend the city's budget for the 12 months beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, and whereas it is the finding and conclusion of the city council that the attached Exhibit A of the proposed amendment appears to be accurate and necessary for budgetary purposes. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Heber Springs, Arkansas, Section 1, that the budget for the city of Heber Springs, Arkansas for the 12-month period beginning January 21st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 is hereby amended in part as set out in the attached Exhibit A, which exhibit is incorporated herein as if set out word for word and figure for figure. Section 2, the respective funds for each item of expenditure proposed in this amendment to the city's budget for 2025 are hereby approved and adopted for the operation of the city of Heber Springs, Arkansas by the City Council on this date and constitute an appropriation of funds which are lawfully applicable to the items contained within the amendment. This amendment may be altered or revised by the action of the governing body, and unpledged funds may be subsequently appropriated to another purpose except as prohibited by law. Section 3, the mayor or her duly authorized representative may approve for payment out of funds appropriated by this amendment or otherwise approved by the city council for these purposes, or may disapprove any bills, debts, or liabilities asserted as claims against the city. Provided, however, that the execution of all contracts and conveyances and lease contracts shall be performed by the mayor and city clerk or recorder when authorized by a resolution in writing approved by a majority vote of the city council present and participating. Section 4, if any provision of this resolution or the application thereof to any person or circumstance is held invalid, such invalidity shall not affect other provisions or applications of the resolution, which can be given effect without the invalid provision or application, and to this end, the provisions of this resolution are declared to be severable.
Thank you, ma'am. You did a great job.
Try to be fast.
And this also gets published, so if anyone, wants to look it up on record to see all the numbers, they can. Okay, now I need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the budget amendment.
Thank you, ma'am.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion? Okay, Miss Vicki, when you're ready.
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Next, city clerk and attorney's salary. ordinance.
Is this one? Okay, I need to read it.
Yes, please.
Okay, ordinance number 2026-1, an ordinance establishing the salary of certain municipal officials in the city of Heber Springs and for other purposes, be it ordained by the city council of the city Heber Springs, Arkansas, as follows. Section 1, the salary of the city clerk is set to $10,294,056 per year. Section 2, the salary of the city attorney is set at $48,609,046 per year. Section 3, the effective date of this ordinance shall be January 1st, 2026. Section 4, severability in the event that any portion, provision, section, or part of this ordinance is later ruled to be invalidity shall not affect the other provisions of this ordinance, which could be given effect without the invalid portion or portions, and to this end, the provisions of the ordinance are declared to be severable.
Thank you. I just need a motion.
Make a motion to place on second reading by title only.
Okay, now, we learned at conference. What's that term?
Where we read it once?
Yeah.
Suspend the rule?
No.
We've always said
It was a
suspend the
D
rules.
word. Well, that way, I think it was diminished, that you can, you only have to read it once. Yeah, I should have wrote that word down.
We've done that before.
We have. Just say suspend the rules.
Make a motion to suspend the rules and give a vote on passing ordinance.
Adopt the ordinance.
Adopt the ordinance.
Second. Suspend the book.
Write it down.
Thanks, Lewis. Okay, Vicky, when you're ready.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried. That's what it was. Okay, next we got the DAV contract.
Let's go through all that again.
Nope, just approve it.
Just need a motion to approve it,
Make a
correct?
motion, we approve it. It's not changed from last year.
No, sir?
Have anything?
I'll
Uh,
second.
Yes. Thank you. It was Lane and Alley, I believe. When you're ready.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, we have the contract for the Humane Society. Thank you.
Second.
Now, Lewis, I will say that on this contract, yes, this one changed, but we just swapped it in the line item so
Still
that
the
they
same
get,
total. Still the same total.
it's still the same total, correct?
Right.
But the contract went up $1,000, so we took it out of the other line item because we haven't spent as much in that one. I had Lewis as and was there a second? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
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 Motion carried, thank you. Sugarloaf Heritage Council contract,
Same as the
same
second.
amount, yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to approve.
Thank you,
Second.
thank you. When you're ready.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, we've got the senior center.
Are they doing better than they were? I mean,
I-
financially, are they better off than?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
They came to us once before asking for additional help.
Right. They're trying to have more fundraisers. I got a call from Jerry Holmes today, and they want to do another fish fry in February. So I think they're still on the struggle bus. However, their number has not changed.
What do y'all think about up to the $2,500 or so?
I think we should have done that at budget time. If we were,
Okay.
I mean, that's when we would up it if we're going to.
I can put that in the notes for next year. I mean, I'm sure they'd be glad to have it.
Hadn't used the services yet, but I'm getting close.
We are.
Need them Meals on Wheels.
I would say it's very worthwhile to
Yes.
add to next year's budget discussions.
I make a
Yes, sir.
motion, we approve it.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Vicki, when you're ready.
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Vicki, will you make me a note to put that in my budget packet? Thank you. Okay, next, Bridalveil Falls. Got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Okay, Miss Vicki?
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Next, we've got a quick little add-on. Ms. McPherson was going through our ordinances to get them codified for the year, and we need to make some date changes on ordinance 2025-1 and 2025-03. I just needed approved to let the minutes reflect that we made those changes. At the end, where it's got 2024, we didn't change it to 2025 when we updated it.
I make a motion that we update those
Just for the date.
for the day.
Thank you.
Second.
It was a tie.
It was a
Amy and
tie
somebody
between
else.
Amy and JP.
I didn't know who the other one was.
It was Amy. JP said it was Amy. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Next, we have open mic. Anybody like to address the council? Mr. Kendrick?
My name is Thomas Kendrick. I'm running for Circuit Judge Division 2. That's our family court division, so it does our domestic relations docket, which is basically divorces, guardianships, and adoptions. It also runs our drug court program. I work as a public defender, so I've been involved in our drug court program since 2013 when Judge Kipp was running the program. And one of the issues that we have in our community and all over our district, and this is stuff people know, is we have a problem with drug addiction. I have clients all the time that I go see in the jail. They're in on meth charges. Their kids are being raised by their by their parents or other family members. And Arkansas is one of the top states for grandparents and other relatives raising grandkids, and that's because of drug addiction. And so the only thing that our courts really have to address that is our drug court program. When Judge Kemp was running our program, it was a really successful program, did really well. Her prosecutors talk about it back then, that it was really successful. Since then, he ran for the Supreme Court in 2016. Judges have kept it going since then. It's really been on a decline. Really, the last 6 to 8 years, the last couple of years, it's really accelerated kind of in the decline and sort of the management of the program. And I can give an example. We used to have 30 to 40 participants in the Independence County Drug Court. Today, it's 3. We've only got 3 people in the program, and there's a lot of reasons for that that I'd be glad to talk to people about and get into, but I don't want to take up too much of the evening here. But I'm the only candidate running for Division II that has experience working in our drug court program. It's why I decided to get into this race, because I saw kind of the writing on the wall. There's 2 other candidates that are running in Division II. Their announcements, they didn't talk about it at all. So I said, if someone doesn't get out there and champion this program, then we could lose it. And I think that's a real possibility. And I don't say that to be alarmist, but, for example, I've had lots of conversation with our prosecutors. They just feel like the program right now is not as effective as it could be. And I can give an example of that is we've actually got 2 judges running the program now. So Judge McSpadden is our judge over Division II. He was over the program a couple years ago. He wanted to give it up, and he asked our district court judges if they were willing to do it. Judge Wright does Cleveland and Stone County. He declined. Judge Taylor, who is our Independence, Izard, and Fulton County judge, agreed to. So we actually have 2 judges running the program, which makes it impossible for there to be consistency across the district. There's no consistency. And so our prosecutors, like when I talk to them, they say, hey, if we can't have predictability and consistency in the program, why are we going to put people in it? And so the need in our community for this is still there, because we still have a lot of issues with drug addiction, families that are struggling with that. And so if you don't have a plan for how to fix that and get that program back to the way it used to be, get the numbers in the program up, and really make it effective and get our prosecutors and our law enforcement on board, then you're really not qualified to run for Division II, in my opinion. We used to have a veterans treatment component in our drug court because we have a lot of veterans in our district that struggle with drug addiction. That program was started again by Judge Kemp because he was a really big proponent of helping veterans who struggle with drug addiction. After he again ran for the Supreme Court, the judges after him let those agreements with the VA lapse, so we lost several years ago our veterans treatment sort of track in our drug court program, so we don't have access to those VA resources like we used to if there are veterans in the program. Another reason that we see a lot of repeat criminal behavior and a lot of our families in our district are struggling with mental health issues. And right now, if you've got a family member that's got a mental health issue where they're a danger to themselves or to others, you have to go through, there's a civil petition process to file for a civil commitment. That's kind of onerous on people. You get into court, and then if you're lucky, maybe the judge will order a 7-day commitment to a hospital, and sometimes that can help stabilize people and get them out. But there's a need really for more long-term care and treatment for families that are dealing with family members who have mental health issues. It would be difficult, I'm just going to be honest about it, it would be difficult in our district to start like a mental health treatment court. There's one in Little Rock and one in Jonesboro, and sort of the bigger cities have those resources. We're much more spread thin, with our population density, so that would be hard, but I think our family court should be doing more, and that's something I'm willing to take on to try and address that need, because it is a real need. And at the end of the day, really, I think our family court should be doing more to help families in our district than it's currently doing, and that's why I've gotten into this race. I work at the public defender's office. That's what I've always done. I've represented, I've had thousands of cases over the years. I've tried jury trials. I've done appeals. I've done arguments before the Arkansas Supreme Court. I've spent years in juvenile court advocating for children in our district. Primarily, that was in Izard County. And I do primarily court in Independence and Izard County, but I'm in Cleveland, Stone, and Fulton a bunch as well. So I have the experience to do it, and I have the vision of how I think that our family court could better serve our community and the families in our community. So that's why I got into this race, and I'll be glad to stick around afterwards if anyone wants to talk to me. But thank you for giving me a few minutes to talk with you. No, and I will just say, just since Mr. Short mentioned that, is of the other 2 candidates that are running in Division II, they either don't talk about drug court, or on the rare occasion they do, they downplay it. There was a forum last week in Independence County that you can go watch online. It's on White River Now's Facebook page, and one of my opponents, Ms. Byer, she talked about how there was 400 open cases in the domestic relations docket, and then she said there's only 25 cases in our drug court program district-wide. So as you can see, the bulk of the caseload is in the domestic relations docket. And to me, that's the problem. If you don't have a plan for how to get those numbers up and really utilize the program we have, we're going to lose it because people are already talking about, well, hey, we're spending all this money on this program, and there's only 3 people in the Independence County Drug Court. Why are we doing that? That's a waste of money. And once people start talking that way, you're at risk of losing that program if you don't really right the ship and get it back. So that's why I got in the race. That's what I'm talking about everywhere I go, and I hope that y'all will consider me and consider me for March 3rd. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mr. Kendrick. Announcements, we have some winter weather coming. Oh, anybody else for open mic? Okay, back to the winter weather. What was Billy saying about it this morning? About the snow coming in?
Oh, Friday afternoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's projected, like,
Maybe up to 7 to 9 inches?
yeah,
Bobby, you were posting about it too.
so everybody just,
Yeah.
I know, it keeps going up. So y'all just be prepared for that.
So when will,
Yeah, exactly. If you have to ask, just stay home. Go get your milk and bread. Yeah.
I'm sure the street department.
I might not be able to
Yeah.
make it to work.
Does anybody have anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn. Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, thank you.
The coach.